Hello and welcome back to the Real Estate Regroup Show. I am your host, LJ Walker. Well, the other day I was with my cousin and she told me about this 17-story apartment building up in the Bronx where this man who used to have a relationship with this woman broke into her apartment and took out her gas stove. He unplugged it, but I don't think he properly disconnected the gas. So what happened? The whole building caught ablaze. Okay. So much so that one person actually died and 14 other people were injured. There is some structural damage that also occurred in that building as well. Why did he steal the stove? He stole the stove so that he can buy some crack. He wanted to sell it. The woman did have a restraining order against him for a while now, and this is not the first time he's actually broken into the apartment. Now, this particular property used to be government owned, but recently it switched hands into private developers. So, here's what I want to relay. Why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because I need to drive home the point that when you are doing real estate, you need to buy insurance. There's no if, ands, or buts about it. You need to buy insurance, not only for your company, but also for the building that you are buying. Now, here's the thought process, or here's what I know that's going on. When I looked into it a little bit further, I found out that the judge may let him out on bail. He is being charged with murder, manslaughter, arson, and what have you. I think that the laws they need to change. Straight up, period. They need to change. That's not acceptable. New York legislatures, I hope you are listening to what I am saying. That is not acceptable behavior at all, by any means, under any accounts. Now, here's what's going to happen. The tenants, they're displaced. The 10 apartments on the top floors, they have been displaced. The private company had to put them up somewhere else because their apartment is totally destroyed. Everybody else, from my understanding, they had to leave the building because of smoke inhalation. However, I believe, from what I can see visually, that many people on the bottom floors have moved back in. Now, what else may happen or can happen, I know, is that unfortunately, the other tenants probably will sue the building owners, the private developers. Why? Because for whatever reason, being that this is the second time this person broke in, that means that the locks or the security was not good, or somebody's gonna have to check on what happened there, right? The next thing is, I doubt very much if this man, if he didn't have money for crack, he definitely does not have money to pay back those tenants for all of the items that they lost. That's why, get this, the tenants should also have insurance, because the private developer only has insurance for the structure of the building, and by law, that's all they're responsible for. They're really not responsible for TV, clothes, jewelry, and all of that. They can sue for that, but they probably won't win. That's why, as a tenant, you should have your own insurance for your own property. And the best thing to do, take a picture of each room, open the closet doors, take a picture of everything that you have in the closet, and save it to your phone, your computer, your OneDrive, your thumb drive, all of that. Okay, that's what you got to do. Now, the other thing the other things that come to mind is uh, the Justice Department failed, because this is the second time that this man has broke into that building. She has a restraining order. They can't really sue her, okay? They can only sue the man, which I know he has no money, and they can sue the developers. That's it. And guess what? I know that some people are not going to even sue the developers because they're going to say, well, the developers, it's not their fault, right? But one, if one can prove any kind of negligence when it comes to security, they may be able to. And here's the other thing about this too. So the woman was not placed in that property by the new developers. She was actually placed in that property by the government. However, because the government sold it to the new developers, one cannot go after the government. They have to go after the new developers. Unfortunately, they are responsible. So, again, guys, that's why insurance is needed when you are purchasing real estate. All right. So, guys, I hope the information that I shared will help you make smart financial moves. Feel free to pass this among your friends. Remember, each one, reach one, teach one. Bye for now. Until next time, have a good night.